This afternoon I cooked myself up some nice ribs. These are an experiment I made. They're beer ribs. That's right. I cooked these in beer. Oh, and they turned out so juicy. Look at this. Look at that. They were absolutely delicious. Okay, here I use 1 tablespoon of Cattle Boy smoky seasoning and rub, a half a teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, a half a teaspoon of ginger powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of seasoning salt. Now here I'm just taking off the silver skin off the ribs here. It's a bit of a pain getting it started, but as soon as you get it started, it comes off pretty good. And remember, always use Scott towel. Scott towel is the trick. I'm telling you, you just grab a hold of it with a Scott towel and you can pull it all off. Now here I'm just gonna give it a little dose of some liquid smoke. I'll tell you, this stuff really makes a difference. I don't have a good smoker, so right now I'm just gonna stick with the liquid smoke, and it does really, really good. And I do this on both sides. And here I'm gonna baste both sides of these ribs with mustard. It just gives a good coat so that your seasoning is gonna stick to this. Now I'm going to put my seasoning upon the ribs. Again, I do this to both sides, the rib side and the back side. And remember, always keep about a tablespoon of this powder left for afterwards, because you're going to need it to put it into your barbecue sauce, if you're going to make your own barbecue sauce. And you can see I put a little bit of butter in there. Now I'm just going to cup my tin foil, because I don't want nothing to leak out. And now here is the beer. I'm putting in about 3/4 cup of beer in there. And it's, again, this is an experiment. I'm just trying this. I'm going to see what this is going to taste like. And there we go. It's all ready to go. Now I cooked these at about 250, 275 for about a good 3 hours. Now meanwhile, as this is cooking, I make my own barbecue sauce. Here I have 1 tablespoon of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, 1 tablespoon of mustard, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, this is 1 teaspoon now of hoisin sauce, 1 teaspoon of molasses, and I squeeze a half a lemon. Yeah, there's a seed there, I'll remove it. But yeah, I squeeze this lemon, and then I give it about 1 good teaspoon there of syrup, and I mix it all together. Now remember that powder I said to save? There we go. We put that extra bit of powder into that barbecue sauce and stir it all up. And this is really good sauce. Now here I'm about 2 hours into the cook. I'm just going to check it here, and look at that. Oh, look at that, boiling nicely. Now this is 3 hours is done, and I'm taking these ribs off. Now with that barbecue sauce I made, I'm putting the sauce on these ribs. I put it on both sides. I flip them over and do it on the other side. And now here, after I'm done with this, I put it back on the top rack of the barbecue, and I turn it up to about 500 degrees for about 15 minutes. And now you can see I'm going to try this. Look at this. There we go. It just turned out nice and juicy. I was very happy with that. Look at that.